It's not often you hear of a three-sport varsity athlete as a sophomore or a high school skier who's already sponsored, but today we've got them both.
Along with those great stories, we've got plenty more, as we will be covering the stories of the athletes and teams here for the winter sports season. I'm Moses Bosscher.
And I'm Lauren Lewis, and this is Ram Center.
This is Ram Center.
This is the Hudsonville Eagles starting point guard number 23, taking it all the way to send the game into double overtime.
Welcome back to Ram Center, everyone. On today's show, we'll be starting off with an inspiring story of the family that felt the need to give back to those not as fortunate as themselves. The Hoops for Haiti fundraiser has been run by the DeKuyper family for 10 years now.
As they enter into their 11th year, this outreach event still brings in large amounts of money for the children and families of Haiti. Most of this money goes towards building beds, houses, and schools for the people in need.
This heartwarming fundraiser brings people from the whole community of Rockford for a cause everyone can get behind. Libby Montroy had the chance to sit down with Rachel DeKuyper to find out more about this annual event.
Hoops for Haiti is an annual event here at Rockford, happening for the 11th time this past year. First started with Rachel DeKuyper along with her husband back in 2010 when the first earthquake struck Haiti.
And seeing it kind of unfold on the news, we couldn't turn away. We were noticing families looking through the rubble for their kids and then seeing schools that had fallen.
Rachel and her team knew this trip would not be a one-time thing, going every year since. The team focuses on giving as many children as they can an education. 3
years ago, we worked and we kind of transformed 3 rooms in this church into classrooms so that we had some learning opportunities there. It's up to 150 kids that get to go there.
The school has now celebrated being open for 2 years and being completely Haitian run. And with only making $2 a day, the team has also focused on making better living situations for people in Haiti.
When you go into their home and you deliver a bed, and the bed takes up most of that room, and there's 6 people living in that room, and these little kids are jumping up and down on the bed with joy, and what they were sleeping on before was crushed concrete, it gives you a whole new appreciation for having a bed to sleep on.
These trips to Haiti have made a huge impact on Rachel's life, and although the team is only there for a week in the summer, they're in relationships with them year-round.
There's not a day that I get up and don't think about Haiti. I think we're really lucky to still be doing Hoops for Haiti. Those types of games allow us to realize, yeah, we're playing a game that we love, but there's more important things to think about in this world.
With the support of the Rockford community, we can continue to make a positive impact on Haiti. This has been Libby Montroy with Ram Center.
It's nice to see people come together in such an inspiring way. We all hope for the fundraiser to continue for years to come. Another inspiring story here at Rockford is the comeback story from the boys basketball team this past season.
Coming into the 2019-2020 season, Coach Clough was excited knowing that this team was different than most. This team possessed a young core starting 5 with players like Brendan Schuler at point guard, Sam Christ at small forward, and Caden Curry at power forward.
Even with a young group of starters, this team still had some great senior leadership, in starting center Caden Seeley and starting small guard Andrew Carlson. These seniors showed what it took to dominate the court and pave the way for the juniors on the team to rise up.
The team came into the season with a determined mindset, starting off with a strong win against the Traverse City Titans. As the regular season continued on, the team struggled to keep consistent, ending the season with a 9-13 record, but would have a postseason run for the ages.
The team went into the postseason as an underdog, believing they wouldn't make it out of districts. But they came together and played a great first round against the Forest Hill Central Rangers, winning 58-54. The boys used that momentum going into the second round, going up against the Northview Redhawks, who had previously beat them in December.
The game was close the whole time with both teams taking the lead, but in the end, junior Sam Christ would make a pivotal layup to put the Rams up by 2. The next play had senior Caden Seeley getting fouled and making 1 free throw. With only seconds remaining, the Hawks threw an inbound pass and made a shot attempt, but it was no good.
This led the Rams to upsetting the Hawks in a final score of 42-39. The boys would face Forest Hills Northern in the coming week, but sadly their season was abruptly interrupted due to the COVID pandemic, and their season had come to an end.
Such a sad way for everything to come to an end, and you could obviously tell that this team had a lot of heart and was led by some great seniors. Congratulations to the team for a fantastic partial season.
Another unique team to watch here at Rockford was the girls basketball team. One of this year's leaders, sophomore Elena Anderson, helped to lead the team from day one. Zoe Hazlewood had more to tell us about this 3-sport varsity athlete.
Thanks, Moses. Elena Anderson is an outstanding athlete here at Rockford, competing at varsity level for basketball, volleyball, and soccer. To compete at that high of a level as a sophomore is an achievement that not many can attain. It's more than just impressive to see the time and work that Elena puts in to perform better than her senior and junior opponents. Beyond the Rock sat down with Elena to see how the sports and people in them have affected her life.
I started soccer and basketball when I was like 5, playing community ed, and then I started volleyball when I was 12.
Alina Anderson has been playing sports for as long as she can remember and was a 3-sport varsity athlete her freshman year.
It was a surprise and an honor, like being able to play on varsity as a freshman. It was just a different culture, being able to play at such a young age, and you just learn so many different things and values, and I don't know, it was a lot of fun being able to be with like those type of people and that type of environment.
Playing at this level at such a young age brings a new set of challenges and adversity to the game.
You have to be able to face adversity against like the people that are older than you, and it was kind of intimidating at first because there's people that are a lot better than you, and you need to realize like you have to be able to face adversity against like the people that are older than you.
Alina would not have to look far to find role models, having 4 athletic siblings of her own.
My siblings, they definitely play a big role as well because they're always pushing me, and they time and time will help, I'd say, like carpool me or drive me in places. It was always my sister, my brother, like always saying that they were better, and then me knowing like I could somewhat be better than them, and we would just always kind of go at it.
Alina has put in so much time and effort in perfecting herself at the sport she plays. This has been Jacob Peck with Ram Center, signing off.
Elena is truly an impressive athlete. She was a big part of the girls' basketball team this year. Going into the 2019-2020 season, the Rams looked to achieve the goal of conference champions. Knowing that this was no easy feat, the girls went right to work, going on a 10-game winning streak to start off the season.
The girls had great team leadership to take them on this impressive start to the season, with seniors Madison Cleafish and Maddie Hutchinsons both putting up impressive numbers on the board. Sadly, however, the Lady Rams would eventually lose to a talented East Kentwood team in a close game.
Despite the loss, the girls still did not lose courage and continued to fight for every win, ending the regular season with a 16-5 record. The girls could not pull off a conference title, losing to East Kentwood, Hudsonville, and West Ottawa. Regardless of their losses, the Rams still look to make a state championship run.
Going into the postseason, the girls had some great juniors step up like Elle Irwin and Elena Anderson, which helped the Lady Rams win a district title in a great game against the 17-3 powerhouse Forest Hills Northern team. After a great win against the Huskies, the girls went into regionals with some good momentum. They were met in the regional semifinals against the Hudsonville Eagles.
In a tough and gritty game, the Rams fell to the Eagles, ending their season as district champs with 16-6 record. Congratulations to the girls on a great season.
The girls really did play some great basketball this season, and what a winter season we've had so far. With 2 great postseason runs, an all-star athlete, and an inspiring family trying to give back, Ram Center's exciting stories are only beginning. Blake Hill has more to tell us about what's to come for the rest of our show.
Athletic trainers, a high school-sponsored athlete, and a heartwarming story that'll make you smile. Ram Center has all of this and more right after this short commercial break.
What if we didn't have sports? A little bit ago, it seemed like a false reality. Without referees, the existence of sports can disappear again. Don't let the possible reoccur once more. Apply to become a ref today at mhsaa.com/officials.
Welcome back to Ram Center. Sports are a big part of our lives, whether that be competing or just watching for entertainment. Something you always hate to see in sports is unexpected injuries. But even when unexpected injuries happen, we are blessed to have athletic trainers help them recover.
The athletic trainers do so much for the athletes here at Rockford, and with having the consistent goal of getting our athletes back to performing condition, some of Ram Center's own reporters spent some time with one of the trainers here at Rockford to get an inside look at their important job.
And then occupational therapy.
This is Scarlett Waite, one of the 2 athletic trainers here at the high school. She spoke with us about her journey with the high school and athletics.
Rockford High School has changed a ton. Rockford is nothing short than blessed. The athletic training room, just that alone, when I was in high school, it was a glorified broom closet.
It was the conference room for coaches now, and so to come back and see this athletic training room is easily 4 times bigger than what it was.
We also asked her about how being an athletic trainer has impacted her.
This job specifically has taught me to build confidence, to be confident, whether it's talking to a coach or an athlete or being assertive in what I do. Love talking to people. I love getting to know people. I love taking that chance of just saying hi now, starting a conversation. Athletes, after a few years, when they feel more comfortable, it's fun just to build those relationships and have those conversations. The confidence you have in yourself will carry you in a very long way. I didn't know what I wanted to do until my 3rd year of college. Change is okay. It's going to happen, and it's good, so just embrace it. Not every hometown has the family community that Rockford has, and it's definitely a blessing and something that should not be taken for granted.
This has been Paige Johnson with Beyond the Rock, signing off.
Again, we would like to give a big thanks for everything that the athletic trainers do for our athletes here at Rockford. We couldn't have any of the sports we love if it wasn't for them. Speaking of keeping our athletes going, the ski team is gearing up to have a great season. Blake Hill took to the slopes amongst some of Rockford's most talented skiers.
The Rockford ski teams this year have been doing a great job on the slopes. The girls would start off the season on a hot streak and would continue to dominate every team that was put in front of them. The Lady Rams consistently took first on the podium, while the boys had a tougher time consistently placing 7th and 9th at multiple tournaments. One skier who put on a real performance was Spence Docks. Spence dominated the hills, crushing all of his opponents' times. This had led Spence to be sponsored as a senior in high school. Ram Center had a sit-down talk with Spence to find out where the love for this sport all started.
Yeah. My name is Spence Daux. I'm a senior at Rockford High School and I ski. Started skiing when I was like 3 years old. My dad would bring me to Canonsburg and he would just teach me how to ski. And then I started park skiing and I was like, oh wow, you can do a bunch of cool flips and ride rails and be creative. So at Canonsburg I'll do the jibs and salsa. In April, Canonsburg will push all the snow on the double and everybody just rides. And then I'll do the beach bash too, which is like closing weekend. So rail jam, so people hit rails and compete, and there's judges, and pretty much whoever throws down the hardest wins. I like big spins off of rails, so like 630, which is equivalent to a 720. My first backflip was probably my favorite trick because then I could go inverted, and I couldn't before. So I'd say influence for me in park skiing is Mike Hornbeck. He's a good film skier, and I admire film skiing over competition skiing. I've been going to Canonsburg my whole life. I'll go after school and on the weekends. My favorite place to ski is Keystone because they have a really nice park, and it's Colorado. A place I haven't been is Mount Hood, Oregon. I want to go there because you can ski there in the summer.
That's an impressive feat to be sponsored as a senior in high school. Good luck to Spence in his future career of skiing. Another team that had some impressive feats this winter season was the competitive cheer team. Lauren, being on the team, can give us some more insight at what the world of cheer looks like here at Rockford.
It was a great season, and being a part of the team was an experience I will never forget. Going into our season, our goal was to win conference, with our biggest competition being the West Ottawa Panthers, who had beaten the team year before.
Elected seniors Carly Kelly, who was a 3-year varsity starter, and Gabby Berry, who had been on the varsity team since freshman year, led the way in helping the team to earn a conference championship. With their spectacular senior leadership and a young core in Maddie Pankratz, Megan McCambridge, and Ram Center's one and only Lauren Lewis, this team was determined to give their best.
As the season started, it seemed as though our regular season flew by and we were thrown right into our conference competition. We finished the regular season with a 3-4 record, and then we faced the challenge of winning conference. The girls sadly couldn't pull it off, placing third, but did beat our rivals, the West Ottawa Panthers.
After conference, the Rams looked to make a good postseason run, but sadly they were beat in districts, losing to an impressive Jenison team. Congratulations to the girls on a great competitive season.
Coming up next, a 26-3 state qualifying wrestling team and a heartwarming story of a special group of skiers.
This is Ben. He is awesome. Everything he does, I do. I go to school just like him. I go to class just like him. I get strong just like him. I play basketball just like him. So remember, somebody's always watching. Be someone to look up to. Practice sportsmanship.
Welcome back to Ram Center. The last team we'll be getting an inside look on today is the impressive 26-3 wrestling team. Moses was actually on the team when they looked to make a spectacular postseason run.
That's right. This season we had some great senior leadership in all-conference and state qualifier, Reed Nicholson, runner-up in conference and state qualifier, Josh Hill, and all-conference and state qualifier, Ashton Howland. These seniors got right to work being mentors for the underclassmen and showing by example how to wrestle at a state-level competition.
Going into the season, the boys set their eyes on 2 goals, first winning a conference championship and secondly making a great postseason run, which they would stick to throughout the whole season. The boys would start off with a crushing loss to the Brighton Bulldogs, and the Rams did not let this loss get them down and continued to have a great regular season, ending with a 22-2 record.
I could say going into the conference the team felt good about the meet. By the end, the Rams really put on a show. They had placed first, beating out the Granville Bulldogs and the Grand Haven Buccaneers, while also having an impressive 8 out of 14 kids in the starting lineup placing first.
After the conference meet, the boys set their eyes on making a great playoff run, and that they did. Winning both the district and regional title, they punched their ticket to the state tournament. In the first round, they had the long-awaited rematch against the Brighton Bulldogs, but sadly the Bulldogs got the best of them, putting an end to their season in the first round of the state tournament. Congratulations to the boys on a great season.
Another team that looked to have a great first season was the Special Olympics team. This inspiring group of kids wants to win gold, and Ram Center's own Lauren Constorff went down to the Cannonsburg Ski Hills to see the team.
My name is Lauren Constorff, and I'm here at the Cannonsburg Ski Area with the special needs students. They are currently getting ready for the Winter Special Olympics. Let's see what's going on today. What's your name?
Grace.
Jack. Max. Krim.
Brennan.
Lola.
Ty.
What are you going to be doing here today?
Today we're going to take our kids snowshoeing and skiing and snowboarding. For us, it's just seeing, them being able to participate and have fun and do a sport that they love to do.
I'm going to do snowshoeing. We get to run and we get to have freedom to exercise and express ourselves with happiness.
It benefits our kids by giving them something competitive to do, and it gives them a reason to be outside and exercise and maintain a healthy lifestyle.
What's your favorite part about snowboarding?
I'm going to take the chairlift.
What's your favorite part of snowshoeing?
The races.
I like to run really fast.
How long have you been doing snowshoeing?
Ever since I've been in middle school.
Since middle school.
I'm here with my class over there, and I do some running, and it is tough, let me tell you, it is tough. But when you run, you're free.
This 20-degree weather sure is stopping these students from having a lot of fun. This has been Lauren Constorff signing off with Beyond the Rock.
You love to see a heartwarming story of people giving back. That'll wrap up all the stories on this winter edition of Ram Center. And what a show we've had today, with people giving back to their communities and people in need, along with 2-star athletes who will definitely have a future in sports.
But as we all know by now, this wouldn't be Ram Center without the 2019-2020 winter season top plays. And here they are.
To start off our top plays, we have an impressive gymnastics bar set by junior Avery Lake. Avery will get a high enough score on this set to send the team and herself to the state competition. Coming in at the number 2 spot, we have the state placed junior wrestler Cole Gleason. Cole was set to wrestle the number 8 ranked kid in the state in his conference finals match. Cole would then go on to pin him in the second period with an impressive chin drop and crown himself a conference champion. To finish off our top plays, we have Sam Christ, a junior leader on the men's basketball team. Sam would come in clutch, hitting a pivotal three-pointer in the final seconds of the game, allowing the boys to move on to the district finals.
Well, that will finish off our winter edition of Ram Center. Be sure to tune in when the spring season has come to an end.
I know we'll be excited to report on that.
Especially since a lot of the teams this year are looking to make a state championship run, but we'll leave that for the spring. Again, I'm Lauren Lewis.
And I'm Moses Bosscher. See you this spring.
These little kids are jumping up and down on the bed with joy, and what they were sleeping on before was crushed concrete.
A surprise and an honor, being able to play on varsity is a freshman.
High school has changed a ton. Rockford is nothing short than blessed.
I was like 3 years old. My dad would bring me to Cannonsburg, and he would just teach me how to ski. And then I started
Have fun and do a sport that they love to do.
I'm going to do